Well, fine, good evening, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I'm in Burlington, Vermont today, and this building in front of us is the topic. This is the Union Station here in Burlington, Vermont. The Union Station building is located at number 1 Main Street in Burlington, Vermont. The building, last used by the Rutland Railroad as a railroad passenger station in 1953, you heard that right, 1953, is owned by Main Street Landing Company and houses offices and art studios. The nearest intercity train service to Burlington is currently Amtrak's Vermonter, which stops about 8 miles or 13 kilometers east at Essex Junction. However, plans are underway to extend the Ethan Allen Express from Rutland to Union Station by July 2022. The Vermont rail system operates scheduled excursion trains from the railroad platform behind the building via its Green Mountain Railroad subsidiary. Talking about the former service now, the former Burlington Union Depot opened in 1867 near what is now the northwest corner of the College Street and Lake Street. The depot served as the passenger station for the Vermont Central and Vermont and Canada railroads. In fact, if you'd like to see a picture of that place, there you go. Maybe I can get this in focus. Maybe not. Oh, there you go. There's circa 1910. Structure was built of brick on a granite foundation. Pretty impressive, don't you think? Yeah. All right. So the structure was built, as I said, of brick on a granite foundation. It was 200 feet or 62 meters long from south to north and 88 feet or 27 meters wide, which allowed it to straddle 3 north-south tracks. The train shed was open at the north and south ends with walls 27 feet or 8.2 meters high, an arched roof, and tall, narrow, arched windows. Each of the 4 corners featured a 2-story, 11-foot or 3 to 4 meter square tower for storage and ornamentation. The former site of Union Depot is now occupied by part of the lawn at Waterford Park, the Island Line Trail for biking and walking, the current train track, the red-roofed information building for tourists, and part of a parking lot for Main Street Landing. So, a huge space. We're talking down that way. Burlington Union Station opened on January 23, 1916. The building was built by the Central Vermont Railway and the Rutland Railroad at a cost of between $150,000 and $200,000, including $15,000 from the city of Burlington, and was designed by New York architect Alfred Fellheimer with Charles Schultz as supervising architect. The W. Shelton Swallow Company of New York was the general contractor. Union Station is built of tan-colored brick and limestone trim. The underlying structure is steel and reinforced concrete. Vermont marble was used extensively inside. And if you watch my interior Union Station, you'll see what I mean by the marble. Contrasting with the romantic, heavier-looking, darker brick depot, its style is fairly simple, very symmetrical Beaux art. The 3-bay central entry is topped by a low-pitched pediment with 5 bay wings on either side. Pilasters define each bay. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you've heard me talking ad nauseum about pilasters. If this is your first one with me, pilasters are columns built into the wall. And we're talking these right here. That's a pilaster. And on the other side, you can see the base of a pilaster right there. And on the end, that's a pilaster as well. Hang with me. I tell you, I find pilasters everywhere, I swear. From the street, passengers entered through the eastern doors. These are the eastern doors right in front of us here. Directly into the 30 by 75 foot or 9.1 meter by 22.9 meter main waiting room. The tracks are on the west, one flight down. That's the other side of the building facing the lake. At the ground floor level, an enclosed bridge projected west from the building. From there, staircases led down to the tracks so that passengers would not have to walk across them. 2 long shelters ran between the train tracks over the platforms. Union Station served rail travelers for only 37 years, mainly on the Rutland Railroad's Green Mountain Flyer and its night train counterpart, the Mount Royal. The station was closed in 1953 when, due to a strike, the Rutland Railroad terminated all of its passenger operations. They also went bankrupt. That was one of their times they went bankrupt. In 1955, Green Mountain Power Corporation transformed the building into office space. Between 2000 and 2003, the remaining platform behind the former station was the terminus of the Champlain Flyer commuter rail route. A scheduled passenger excursion train that is operated by the Green Mountain Railroad, a subsidiary of the state-owned Vermont Railway System. For future service, a multi-year effort to extend Amtrak's Ethan Allen Express passenger train from Rutland to Burlington is expected to be implemented by July 2022. This would provide direct rail service to Pennsylvania Station in New York City. VTrans and New York State Department of Transportation, so NISDOT, NYSDOT anyway, have also studied a potential second train between Albany and Burlington. One route routed through Mechanicsville, New York, North Bennington, Vermont, and Manchester, Vermont. This could be an extended Empire service train, thus forming another New York City to Burlington route alongside the extended Ethan Allen Express. The building today, the Union Station building, is currently owned by Main Street Landing Company. Most of the large main waiting room in the Main Street level is divided into offices rented by the state of Vermont Agency of Transportation, arts organizations and studios, a gym, and several others. 4 steel statues of winged monkeys adorn the roof. Actually, there's only one out right now, of Union Station. Created by artist Steve Larrabee, monkeys were originally commissioned in 1976 for a local waterbed store named Emerald City, after the capital city, the fictional land of Oz. The 2 original monkey statues from the store, along with 2 statues of monkey children, rest on the roof of the former train station, while 2 more recent statues are located on the roof of the nearby Main Street Landing Performing Arts Center. Now, as I said, there's only one monkey up there. Let's see if my camera can do any justice to it. And there it is. I don't think you can miss it, but just in case you can't tell, it's right there. Kind of nifty. It's really quite a sight. There's usually 2 up there, one on the other side here, but I don't know where that one is. Maybe it's out for repairs. Note the beautiful clock. Look at that beautiful medallion around it. Isn't that gorgeous? Nice to see in the evening that the light comes on behind it. And what train station would be complete without a clock? The inspiration for this, as I recall, was Grand Central Terminal in New York City. Now let's take a bit of a walk around this building and just take a look-see. Beautiful evening for a walk. 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh, that's insanely warm. We're having January thaw in February. Who knew? Because usually February is bitter cold, windy, snowy, hideous. Yep. Thank goodness February is a short month. Get beyond the trees here. And we can see the brick and another pilaster. Pan up for you. There is one of these storyboards, a history board. I've taken pictures of it. You can see it on Instagram and Facebook when I post them. I upload every day. So there you go. As I said, I do have an interior video of this area. It really has been cut up. I mean, the width of the building that we can see was the entire area, but not anymore. Let's see. What does that say? Ah, that's nice. Look at that beautiful gate. Isn't that magnificent? Sure is. There are two medallions on the front of this building. One is here, and I am not going to do it justice, but you get an idea of it. Actually, the other one is over here. I forgot. Just backtrack a little bit. Let's see if I can do this one. Too bad there's no light on it. I already know this is going to be a very blurry photo. Get a better idea of that right there, don't you? Holy cow. I'm surprised this is not on the National Register of Historic Places. But I've always loved Union Station. We have the U.S. flag, the Vermont state flag, and the Canadian flag flying right here. It's windy, but it feels like a southern wind. It's not a cold wind at all. And this lights are motion sensitive. Beautiful though, isn't it? Holy cow. I mean, it's just gorgeous. If you do come to visit, they do note this is private property. So no skateboarding, no rollerblading, no bicycling. Please respect that. As someone who uses a cane when walking and who does not hear well, I can say that being surprised by a bicycle suddenly behind me, like, whew, that's something else. Now, holy cow, that's quite a chunk. That's quite a chunk right there. So there are train tracks right there. Do you see them? Let's focus in on that. So gone is that stairwell that came out from the back of the building over the train tracks. That's gone, and so are, I think they're both gone now. So I'm not going to walk down there, but the awning sort of emulates it. See the awning here? Sort of emulates the covered walkway to the track. But you get a pretty decent idea of that. I do remember them being back there. It doesn't seem that long ago, but you know, it's been decades. Story I can offer. Friends and I took a train that ran from Burlington to Middlebury and back. Now, driving to Middlebury, one would drive typically on Route 7 to get there. A stop and go, busy road, 2 lanes on each side usually, but does taper down to 1 lane on each side. It's just a, how do I phrase this? It's a hideous, crappy, lousy drive. Did I say that aloud? I think I just did. Anyway, we decided to take the train. I think it was $10 each. And we got to face each other and have a conversation. It's an hour's drive. I'm not sure how long the train took. But we sat and had a conversation, laughed, and had too much fun. No one had to pay attention to the road and make sure there were no pedestrians who were crossing where they shouldn't, or cars trying to cut you off, or people trying to park. All that stuff you watch out for when you're driving. None of that stuff. It was really a delightful ride. Kind of wish I had done it a second time. But I liked riding a train. I just have a car and drive a car instead. But it was a lovely way to spend a day. Down to Middlebury, had lunch, went to the museum, came home. And that was a whole day. So, anyway, fond memories of train travel. Alrighty, so on that note, if you're enjoying my content, I would ask that you subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. To the 130 people who are currently subscribed, I appreciate your faith in my ability to offer you videos you want to watch. Thank you for subscribing, watching them, and all that good stuff. Once you subscribe, click on the notification bell, and you'll be notified each and every time I upload a brand new, shiny video just for you. And right now, this is February 11, 2022. I upload every day of the week. Still. So, if you like that idea, join me. Plenty of room for more folks to join up. All right. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Traveling for History on both of those sites. On Twitter, I am Traveling for HI with a number 1. Traveling for High 1. I upload to those every day as well. So my morning routine is pretty busy with my social media, but you know, it's all good. So follow me. Let's have a chat, a conversation, all that good stuff. I respond to comments right away. I've had recently someone from Plainfield, Vermont, talking to me in the comments on the Plainmont Cemetery video I did a few months ago. So really enjoy comments and responding to them. Okie dokie. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate that. As you can see, the sun has set. We're in, this is twilight? I'll have to look that up. Anyhow, this is Patricia, and I am Traveling for History. Until I see you tomorrow, you have a great night.